Spoilers.
So what did we see today, guys?
We saw Bloodshot.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. We saw the brand new hit Vin Diesel film.
film.
Yep, Bloodshot.
Which
God.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so much to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to go first at all.
fuck you,
I'll
man.
start talking about it. So when I went into this movie, I was like, it's probably going to be alright. The action's can be good, and hopefully the plot doesn't suck. Because when we saw the trailer for Upgrade, this reminded me of the Upgrade trailer, because it's about similar things.
Yep.
Very similar
And
concepts, yeah.
I was like, okay, so this is... Maybe it's going to be like Upgrade, where I'm like pleasantly surprised, and like it's awesome, and it kicks ass. And then it wasn't.
It wasn't at all.
It was some of the action. Okay, I'm gonna give a little bit of an overview of how I liked some of the action. I liked some of the action. Some of it was brutal.
In
and,
Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of it was brutal and interesting, and it cut too much.
Oh, yeah.
And there wasn't enough.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it was way too much cliche plot and Vin Diesel being bad at acting.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole film. And I was like, I want big fight. Where fight? Upgrade was so visceral. Every scene was so well choreographed and well shot and well directed. And he does the thing where he goes, and it's like really cool. And this does like 17 taken 3 cuts. And then he punches the guy real hard, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And then he crunches his head into the toilet, and I'm like, that's cool. And then he talks for 45 minutes. I'm like, this sucks. It's
Mud, do you mind
so
if I go second?
eclectic.
Because he's amping me up right now.
Yeah, go right ahead. I have
I'm
nothing
gonna-
to say about this.
I'm going to yeet directly into Ian's commentary here.
Yeah,
if
go
you
for
don't
it.
mind. All right, so here's the thing.
We can bounce back and forth.
Yeah, I intend on it because here's the thing. So I have a certain type of movie. I don't talk a lot about it on the show, but it's one of those. The only way to put it, you turn your brain off, you sit down for 2 hours or an hour and a half usually.
Hour 50 for this one.
Yeah, and you enjoy, and you try not to think too hard about it.
Yep.
And if the movie delivers on what I'm expecting out of it, I'm happy. Venom hit that nail on the goddamn head.
Yes, Venom's at least fun at all. I don't think Venom's good at all, but it's fun.
I agree. If you were to grade Venom on just fun, it's a solid 10.
It's like an 8 or a 9.
I disagree. It's
Yeah.
a strong.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lighthouse
Wait,
quality
8 or 9
movie.
are still good.
It's
but-
a masterpiece up there with like Citizen Kane and shit. Venom is top tier, except that Venom isn't a good movie at all. But,
Yes.
but what I enjoy out of it,
Yeah,
Venom
no, it's
brings me.
completely understandable.
Upgrade, very similar, except Upgrade I think is actually a really good movie.
Yeah,
inherently.
Upgrade's a great movie, and I think it delivers on the He Who Venom stuff better than Venom.
Hobbs and Shaw. I went in expecting the exact same thing. I got the exact same thing. I got like a solid, really fun time that I could just turn my brain off for.
But did the movie suck, though?
Yes, it did.
Yes,
I made out for a lot of it. I saw the trailer for Bloodshot, and I thought, oh, okay, I like the effects. I like the superpowers. I'm really excited.
The thing that really sold me was him getting his face blasted off with a shotgun, and then it starts redoing itself in that little, like, 5-second thing where
Yep.
it goes...
Yes.
And it's so cool looking.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I went into this movie, and I have 2 major problems. One of them you addressed.
Yeah,
It's
there's
the
not
fact
enough
that-
action.
Yeah, you do not get enough action that the trailers sell you in this movie.
Correct me if I'm wrong, there's about 4 action scenes in this movie? Maybe 5.
Big
There's
ones,
5.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
like 5 big ones,
But
and a lot of them.
I think only 2 or 3 of them are okay.
Well, like the thing is, a lot of them cut away from them way too
Yeah.
early. It's as if they didn't shoot enough action for the scene and tried to do it like on a budget really quickly,
Yep.
or something along those lines. But
And don't get me wrong, the CG's good, but...
and another big problem that I have with it, it's the other really main thing. So I really can't talk about this without talking about Venom. So Venom, that movie, one of the reasons that it's a perfect 10 out of 10 on entertainment value alone is because the character of Venom was nailed head on.
Yeah, he was good.
It was the camaraderie between Venom and Eddie. That's what I really liked when the symbiote was interacting with him. And you get to see how that plays out as far as the story, as far as what they do next. In every scene, there's like a huge character dynamic, and that's really compelling for me. I really like that. Also, I like the character from the comics and TV shows and stuff. I'm a huge fan of that movie because of that and their nailing of the characters, and I want to see more of that character.
Yep.
I don't think Vin Diesel's face can emote.
He scrunches up his mouth like his mouth's a cat's asshole.
Yep, that's it. He can scrunch. I think that's his only motion. I watched his
He
eyebrows.
delivers... I want to say, he delivers every single line the same in this movie. In every movie he's ever in.
About a third the way in, I looked at his eyebrows to see if they moved at
They're
all.
like this. They're all angry.
I think
Angry
the most
eyes.
emotional scene was when he was yelling at Pierce in his own brain or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "You're whatever." But his face didn't move. He just stayed this. He's like this brick wall of a human being who doesn't open his eyes more than like... he looks like almost asleep. during all of his takes. Even when he's like in the action scenes, it's supposed to be like,
Yep.
I have a vendetta, I'm angry at you, but he just looks tired. Like every single scene, he's talking, he's tired. He's yelling, he's tired. He's fighting, he's tired. The CG model of him looked tired, and
Yeah.
it looked fictional. Like
Yep.
it boggles my mind how this man just has the same face for every shot, not take
Every
shot.
movie. So Vin Diesel is one of my least favorite live action actors because he's just awful. He doesn't know how to emote. He delivers every line like family, like this, family.
I would say
And-
that if you took Bloodshot the movie and cast, I don't know, say Jared Leto of Morbius fame in there or something along those lines.
I don't think of Morbius fame does
No,
Jared Leto.
Morbius
like,
fame. Sorry,
actual,
Jared
like-
Leto of the hit Joker film.
Jared
fame.
Leto of Brokeback Mountain fame.
Nope.
That's the other white
Jake
guy.
Gyllenhaal. There you go.
It's the other white guy.
It's the other Joker.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, so if you take like someone who has like charisma or character,
Yep.
or even write in a little bit of charisma or character, it doesn't have to be like a jokey character,
Yeah.
but like something. Give
But
him something.
give him any reason that we like him on screen.
It was to the point where the guy who hated in the whole movie with the Doc Ock arms, I wanted him to win.
No, because I hated his character and his actor.
No, I
he
loved
was awful.
his character. I sympathized with. I was so fucking fed up with Vin Diesel's Bloodshot. I wanted him to just.
I
fucking
was
get
fed
him.
up with the movie, but at the same time, this guy was like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
No, I totally understood where he's coming from. He
I
totally,
hated
no,
him.
he made
I think he was
total
awful.
sense because every day he watches like this stupid fucking guy go. You killed him.
He's like if Ian was a character in a Vin Diesel movie with his
Exactly
knowledge of how annoying Vin Diesel is.
Exactly
so
it. I sympathize so much because I was fed up with Vin Diesel's character. So when he's like, "All right, I'm gonna kill him," I'm like, "Yes, please!" I got he who excited because I want him to just get rid of him.
There are some really, really interesting things in this movie that I actually do want to talk about. I really liked when he built the Matrix world around them when they talked. The CG and like world built in this movie is actually really interesting, and I think it's
I agree.
great.
I think this is fantastic visual effects.
Again, I know I mention this every single time we talk about prosthetics, but I kind of want to cut my entire body apart and be a prosthetic man because that shit's so fucking cool. I get so hyped about prosthetics like this, and they're not real, and I have to know that. I want an upgrade shotgun arm. I want Vin Diesel's bloodshot blood. I want cool robot legs. I want to breathe out of my chest and be hot. That's all I need.
I don't think the surgery made her hot.
Oh yeah, she's just hot.
Yeah, naturally. But another to your point thing is that the VFX shot when they loaded up the little Matrix world around
Was really cool.
it was astounding.
Yep.
And Vin Diesel doesn't emote, and he looks around like, "Oh my god, this is my brain." Like he doesn't care at all. The fact that his entire world. I'm sorry.
No, I completely
it
understand.
pisses me off. It sinks the
Yes.
whole movie for me.
And you know what? When that scene happens, you know all I thought about, and it's your fucking fault, I thought about the end of Serenity, when the world turned into a video game. I'm like, this is what it should have looked like. It would have been better.
It would have been
It turned into
triangles.
triangles.
It turns into triangles. Yeah, it's true.
This-
Don't spoil Serenity.
Dude, we have a whole review on the movie. Watch that. But, so, I've shot on Vin Diesel this entire time. He's a good voice actor. Because you don't have to look at him.
He can emote.
He's the Iron Giant. I love the Iron Giant. He does good. He's fucking Groot. He only has to say 3 words. What am I
But
fucking saying?
Iron Giant and Groot are minimalist characters.
Yes.
He doesn't have to emote for
He's-
either of them.
I think, given the right thing where I don't have to look at him, he's great. Or he's at least passable. But him and, like, Mark Wahlberg are my 2 least favorite actors in Hollywood right now. And that's just saying, like, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of the acting is even Guy Pearce, not that good.
I want to hear from the silent old mutt over there.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Is this the best movie of the year? What?
I checked out pretty early on in this movie.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna be
did. I
honest.
noticed.
I think you know exactly when I checked out, which is Vin Diesel is walking towards his hot British wife, takes off his military fatigues, and all he has underneath is a wife
It's
beater.
a wife beater.
It's very quick.
Yeah, no.
To borrow from something I said during our Green Lantern review, none of these short, meaningless scenes dragged.
That's true because they cut them all down to nothing.
At one point, I asked Ian how much time was left. He leaned over and he said 20
15 to
minutes.
20 minutes.
I thought we were halfway through the movie.
Yep.
Wait, you said that you were serious? Because
Yeah.
I thought you were like, there's probably only 15 minutes left. And
No, I was
No,
serious.
there was.
Because what I said to you was, no, this is going to be the third act, and it was.
It
Yeah.
was, and it was 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
It was exactly 15 minutes because I said that to you at 8:30 and the movie finished at 8:45.
The first act is
Or
like an
9.
hour long, and then
Sorry.
the rest of the movie is just breezed.
Yeah. So,
This movie is very recursive and could even be cut down more, though.
That
There's a lot
is-
of scenes that repeat themselves.
the structure of this film is atrocious.
Oh, yeah. The
The
editing...
The film spends way too long on the opening,
Yep.
I think, But if you've seen the trailer, you know the premise. And I think it would have worked more if we don't get that fake backstory.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't ever actually see in vivid detail what happens, if it's always left to be this mystery that we get in these fragments. Because we get the idea of it as the film progresses, but it wastes time establishing a backstory that ultimately isn't real, and if you've seen the trailer, you know isn't real. So there's no twist there.
I was about to say,
And
like,
on top of it, the backstory's not good.
It's also, like,
it's very cliche and boring,
cliched
like
as
the rest
fuck.
of the movie.
It's
Do you
cliched
remember
as fuck.
When he goes, oh, only I have this technology, I'm gonna sell it and boopy boopy, weaponize the military like this. I'm like, that's like 8 movies, and I've seen none of them are good.
So, the film also completely and utterly fails on its themes. Like, there was half a conversation about, like, we own this person.
Yeah.
That's weird. You own a human being. You
He owns
rewrite
multiple human beings.
You rewrite their memories. If she doesn't do what you want, you take away her ability to breathe like it's fucking Total Recall.
Yeah.
Like, where's the deeper conversation about what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, this film had all these ideas that could have been discussed. And they were like, nah, we need to have Vin Diesel fight a dude on top of an elevator. And at one point he gets punched into the elevator so fucking hard, it drops and breaks. Even though that doesn't make any fucking
Dude,
sense.
that whole scene
because
was
he's just Vin Diesel.
That scene was bad.
The
the last
whole
fight
sequence
I
was
thought
bad.
the last fight was gonna be awesome, and it did not deliver.
Dude,
for
poor
me.
Tibbs.
I
Poor fucking Tibbs. He did nothing wrong that entire movie. He was just like trying to get everyone to play nice, and he fucking falls to his death. I was like, that sucks. Like,
you know those science channels, like, you know, sometimes Film Theory or Because Science, where they're like, they'll run the numbers on how big something would be?
yeah.
How big is that fucking tower in the third act?
Huge.
It has to be like,
1,000 stories.
it has to be like in the upper atmosphere of like Earth.
Yeah, it was way too big.
So, the failure on themes and the terrible structure, and just
The script sucked.
the script is terrible and full of cliched writing. I honestly couldn't keep up with it sometimes. I couldn't tell where things were. And I think the biggest
Oh, I
plot...
could. There were title cards everywhere.
I think the biggest plot hole I had is KT is sent to kill Wiggins. It doesn't
they show
kill
what
him.
happens off screen.
They show it. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
And she goes all the way back to the compound to confirm the kill. I'm like, they definitely would have, like, confirmed the kill on site.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
So,
it had been the whole movie.
Like they had been the whole movie. So when she doesn't confirm the kill on site, that should have been like, why didn't you confirm the kill on site, KT?
He got
But
away.
whatever.
That's fine.
What the fuck ever.
Yeah.
All of that
very-
could be forgiven if the film's structure worked in any degree, but it just doesn't. There's no understanding of setup or payoff in this fucking movie. Why spend 20 minutes on this shit cliched opening that needs to make Vin Diesel look like a badass before he even gets the injection? Motherfucker's putting people through toilet seats without any nanobots in his
That fight
blood.
was cool.
But then it just turns out, oh, it's all fake. This weird backstory where the dude's dancing like it's fucking Reservoir Dogs, but not as good as Reservoir Dogs, doesn't matter.
Not as good as Reservoir Dogs. Mud, this is a masterpiece compared to that drivel.
You could even start the movie with that scene of Toby Kebbell killing him.
And then him
and
waking
his
up.
wife and
Boom,
killing him.
Done.
That's 1 or 2 minutes long, maybe, and then you start
Entire
the movie.
backstory. That's the entire backstory right there.
Done. Just keep
And
that.
then you learn, and then you're like, oh wow, they're controlling him with all this. And
Yes.
then you learn, and then make the writing good though. Don't keep the movie the same after that.
There's just nothing. There's nothing in this film that makes it even remotely worth watching. And then like at the end of the movie, like his eyes turn like blood red like they do in the trailer.
They
What the
get,
fuck does that even matter?
they get bloodshot. That's the title of the film.
That's terrible. And it
I'm
means-
not wrong.
I know you're
It
not
looks
wrong.
like that because the nanites were almost at 0%, so that creates the image that we see.
So what does
in the
that
comic
mean?
book.
What does
Well,
it mean for the
Yeah,
nanites
well,
to
they
get
didn't explain
0%?
that.
They
It
don't
means-
explain shit
No,
in this
I'll
fucking
explain
movie.
it right now.
How did they bring Vin Diesel back to life? So he went to 0%, which means his nanites can't repair him. And then he blew up with a fucking grenade.
Yep.
How did they bring him back to life again?
Uh,
He would have been pieces.
The open source coder, who's I guess really good, built Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and then
Like
they're like,
Frankenstein.
oh yeah, open source code. Like all the hand waving in this movie just
Yeah,
pissed
oh
me
my
off.
God.
On a solo level.
Solo level.
that.
It was 2
It
hours
felt
of
like
solo
it
level.
felt like they just put quantum in front of things and tried to explain it
Yeah,
away.
there's so much hand waving when it comes to the tech, and it just the support team only gets 2 fights, and I thought that was really stupid.
Do you remember the hack off?
Oh, there's a hack off in
God,
the
there's
movie.
a solid 5 minutes.
he
of straight
said
hack
I'm
off.
in.
He did say I'm in.
He said I'm
Which
in.
one? I can't even tell.
Wiggins.
He did say he went after KT lets him in. He sat up and went, "I'm in," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
He didn't even
he
do
said,
it.
I'm in.
Someone else
No
got
one
him in,
did it.
and he said, "I'm in."
He said I'm in, and then him and the other guy had a hack off for like a few minutes.
Him and the other guy had a hack off, and the support group, Dalton and Tibbs, they get 2 fights this entire movie.
Why are they in the movie?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a nice back to my point about setups and payoffs. There's a nice setup of like Dalton's like, let's kill him, and Tibbs is like, he's one of ours. And you think like, oh, they're setting
I
up
thought
like
there was gonna be like a betrayal.
yeah,
or
I'm like,
anything
oh,
like
Tibbs
that.
is totally gonna betray Dalton. Nope, Dalton just throws Tibbs out a window at one point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck Tibbs. Why is he in this
too?
movie?
Because I've defended fucking Dr. Octopus, his character. I really empathize with his character and like him. But that point seemed to me like that rage toward his own friend was kind of like...
It makes me wonder why Tibbs is in the movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, it would make sense for him to be, like, the one who betrays later on and saves, like,
Yeah,
you know.
well, it seems out of character for the Doc Ock guy. Because I don't know why Tibbs had to die in that sequence.
He didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't.
It was completely bullshit.
I
And it's
totally bought and actually am on board with him trying to hunt down Vin Diesel with like this vendetta because he fucking hates him.
That wasn't the worst thing in the movie.
Yeah, that worked for me.
But, like, the
but
fact
then
that
he just goes out of his way to kill the friend because movie bad guys are bad guys.
No, he from Winslowed him. He actively did not try to save him.
Yep.
Which in essence is murder.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I think what really made me go, okay, there's no effort being put in is in the final act. Guy Pearce is trying to get away, and his car's just parked out front conveniently right next to where Vin Diesel just landed. Not in the building,
Yeah.
on the fucking street.
Guys, I think we're ready for it out of 10.
Oh,
I think
God.
we've torn this piece of garbage to shreds enough.
Yeah,
Guys,
absolutely.
out of 10.
I will go with a 3. Most of those points are just the effects. I think the effects artist did a fantastic job.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
Diesel
agree with
blows.
that.
If Vin Diesel were not in the movie... Sorry to keep going.
No, you're good.
If
Don't worry
Vin
about it.
Diesel were recast to someone else at all, it might even go up another full point.
I don't even want to give it anything, but the visual effects are impressive. Like a 1 or a 2.
Fair.
I'm in the same boat as Ian. I'm between 1 and 2.
They did play Psycho Killers by the Talking Heads, though. That song does slap.
That is a good song. And I also think the actress who played KT actually did a decent job.
Yeah, no, she did fine.
She was like the only good actor in the
Wiggins
movie.
at least tried.
Wiggins was funny.
They were like, "You be British hacker, happy boy." And
Wiggins
it's like,
was
alright.
funny. Like, I actually enjoyed some of his lines.
That's fair.
I thought he had some good
It's
quips.
like I thought you were gonna go gorilla and just rip me in half. That was a good line.
Yeah.
But-
So yeah, I'll go 2.
Between the 1 and the 2, I can't give it a definitive score
I'll
because I
go
don't
with
want to.
I'll decide on a 2 right now.
Alright.
Don't go see Bloodshot.
Not at all.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, do what you-
But I don't.
We
recommend it.
strongly recommend you don't.